Атом қаруынан да күшті қару бар, ол ақпарат. Біздің қазақ халқы егер осы ақпарат деген қаруды мықтап қолдана білсе, ешқашан, еш жерде ешкімге өз құқын таптата қоймайтын еді. Батысты батыс қылып тұрған, Американы Америка қылып, алпауыт қылып тұрған, Еуропаны бүкіл адамзаттық өркениеттің ең алдына шығарып отырған да осы жариялылық пенен ақпараттың күші. Еуропа мен Америкада адамды құқықты таптайтын құбылыс болмайды емес, болады. Бірақ ол жердегі ақпарат ересен, күшті, дамыған, адамдардың барлығы сауатты, әркім өзінің құқын қорғап қана қоймай, өзге әлсіздікте құқын қорғауға, тұтас топтың, өңірдің, ұлттың, мемлекеттің құқын қорғауға толық қабілетті. Олар осынысымен ғана бүкіл адамзаттың алдында дамыған, өскен, өркендеген, бай, бақуатты, ілімді, білімді мемлекет құрып отыр. Ендеше біздің яғни тіркелмеген нағыз атажұрт еріктілерінің Қытайда қорлық көріп жатқан қазақтардың тағы басқа қауымдардың құқын қорғауда қолданатын жалғыз ғана тәсіліміз бар. Ол ақпарат. Яғни тоқтаусыз түрде әлемдік ақпаратқа ақпарат беру. Біздің жұмысымыздың жапалылығы да, қызығы да, шыжығы да осында. Яғни күніне бәленбай журналистке тоқтаусыз түрде кейде ұқсаған, кейде ұқсамаған, кейде тіпті адамды жалықтыратын қайталамалы сұрақтарға тоқтаусыз жауап беру, ақпарат беру. Олар сені іздесе де беру, іздемесе де беру. Үздіксіз түрде бір оқиғаны кем дегенде 60-тан 70-ке тіпті 100 шақты журналистке қатар беріп отыру. Осының барлығы біздің жұмысымыз. Әркім әртүрлі тұрғыда Қытайдағы қорлық көріп жатқан қазақтардың тақырыбын жазады. Ендеше әлдегімдер Қытайдағы қорлық көрген қазақтардың тақырыбын халықараластырмау керек дегеніне қарамастан, біздің бұны әлемдік халықаралық деңгейдегі ең шулы тақырыпқа айналдыруымыз да сол жердегі қазақтарымыздың құқын әлемдік деңгейде қорғау мақсатынан туған. Әрине оның нәтижесі де жаман емес. Өзге қауымдарға қарағанда біздің берген ақпаратымыздың дәлдігі әлде қайда жоғары болғандықтан, әрбір қазақ өзінің кім екендігін құжатын дәлелдеп көрсетіп, өзінің жақынын, туысын, ағайынын жоқтап, олардың өлі тірісі туралы ақпарат беруді талап қылғандықтан да Қытай билігі қазақтарды босатуға мәжбүр болып отыр. Бұның барлығы әлемдік деңгейдегі халықаралық ақпарат құралдарының көмегі. Ендеше біздің тағы бір кезектегі осындай халықаралық ақпарат құралдарына берген сұхбатымызды тыңдаңыздар. Ағылшынша білмесеңіздер де осы біздің айтпақшы болған ойымызды түсінсеңіздер екен. Балаңызды, ініңізді, алыс жақын ағайыныңызды, әлемдік ірі тілдерді үйренуге үгіттей жүріңіздер.
Hello?
Yes, SERIKJAN.
Hi, Bryce. How are you?
Yes, this is Bryce. How are you? I'm trying to put the...
I can't say I'm good because, you know, 2 criminal cases and 1 administrative cases now on my head.
Yes, it's a very, you are very, so you are quite, you are trying to help them, right? These two Kazakh who escaped.
Hi.
Yes, hello.
Hello.
Nice to see you again.
Yeah, me too.
So I'm quite happy you are free now, at least.
Yeah,
after quite a few months.
Yeah, after half year, they released from house arrest.
Yes.
But they sentenced me for 7 years, and I almost lost my political freedom, and they said they forbid me leading any kind of political or social organizations.
Okay, but you still help a lot of Uyghur and Kazakh, right?
Yeah.
You still do that with
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Still
They will try
helping.
to arrest.
Yeah, they also
Yeah.
try to arrest me again, and they are only, you know, the Kazakhstan soft. In Kazakhstan, they are so strong Chinese soft power. They went to
Yes.
stop me, and they went to stop my activities. So, 2 criminal cases on my head, and all of our team members, they has 1 criminal cases and 1 administrative cases, and the 18th August, a few days ago, they held 1 court hearing and fined me 1 administrative fine, and it is almost $333. And another our team member is 666 members, and we have also 6 members. All of them may be fined.
Yeah.
Now, 4 of us is already the decision is already made, and 2 of us, and we just waiting the court hearing.
Ah, I see. Yeah, so it's not easy.
But
But still,
administrative
you have
court
some
is not
support.
so dangerous. The money we will maybe solve, but you know, we have so many people support us. Maybe we
Yes.
will collect money from them. But the dangerous things is the criminal courts. Anytime they could arrest us, anytime they will put us to jail.
Oh, I see. But so you still have some support from the US, right? Because I saw Mike Pompeo, who was in Kazakhstan, right? Last February, I saw.
Yeah.
In 2019, he said he was caring about all these Uyghur and Kazakh families, right? He met them. I saw. Like he told me yesterday. I mean, Janice Jalkan. I saw he met Mike Pompeo, and when Pompeo came, he showed some support to all these families, victims' families, right?
Yeah.
It's quite strong, right? To
Yeah.
kind of support. So yourself, you could meet him, or no? You were yes. Yourself, you could meet Mike Pompeo, or you could not meet him in February 2019. You were not arrested yet, right, at the time?
Yeah, that time I'm in outside the. I already out of that house arrest, but Pompeo didn't meet us. But we just arranged the 6 persons who lost their loved ones in re-education camps, and he met with them, including Mr. Janis Zarkan, and also another person, Karakat Abdesh, and another person. Yeah. So it is also so dangerous, because you know the Kazakhstan officials is so strongly tied to Beijing, and Chinese soft power is Kazakhstan strong every day, and they attack us. All the social media and all the national governmental media is also attack us, and our Kazakhstan officials registered 2 times, 2 different times, 2 fake ATAJURT organizations under the people. You know, the pro-governmental ATAJURT.
Yes, pro-government one.
Yeah,
the fake one.
The pro-governmental ATAJURT first time is they registered it at the December 2018. 2018 they registered 1 ATAJURT organizations under the 1 fake person who called it the Kider al-Waraz, and after that this guy immediately registered 1 Chinese study institute and 1 financial fund and 1 ATAJURT organizations, and after that he published and announced that no any Kazakhs in camps.
I see. Oh yeah, really? Huh? Yeah, incredible.
Yeah, after the next ATAJURT, they registered it while they arrested me. And the interesting thing is you know, one of the famous Kazakh lawyer who worked as a lawyer for me while they arrested Ayman Umarova.
Yes, Ayman Umarova. Yeah, talk to her.
She helped these fake guys to register these ATAJURTs.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
But why she do that? Because she was very pro-democracy.
Yeah, but you know, but after my case, after Sayragul's case, she's very famous. After then, our government invited her to join one national congress. It is not official organization. It is not official governmental organization, but just the one call it the how could I say? Ұлттық кеңесті ағылшынша не дейміз? Just like one organization is called the National Kenges. Kenges is means assembly or like that. It is yes. This organization is new built by our new president. You know, we also have one next president, but all power is controlled by our old ex-president. Ex-president is controlling everything. And after then, Ayman Umarova joined this new assembly, or how could I say in English? In Kazakh language, it is called Ұлттық Kenges, National Kenges. Kenges, it means...
Yes, National Congress, I think. Yeah, I understand.
National Kenges, yeah. In Russian language, it is called the National Soviet, just like Soviet Union.
Yes, Council.
Yeah. And after then, this Ayman Umarova became to change her idea that now she very love our president and very love our country. Yeah, very love. And she every day she publish, and our president, while the 8th March, the Women's Day, our president sent her so big and very beautiful roses. And now she is, how could I say, before my case, she is a very brave and talented woman and a very trustful woman. Now a lawyer, but now she already just acting one actress.
Okay,
you know,
in very different.
Yeah, in Kazakhstan, especially in Soviet Union, there have so many fake oppositions. You know, in Russian also, in Kazakhstan also, there have so many fake oppositions, fake activists. And our officials are very frequently treating the Western world that we have a fake parties, political parties. We have a fake oppositions. You know, in our Congress also fake parties, but they support our president, but they call themselves their opposition party. And Ayman is now changed. Before they helping to register that ATAJURT under the one of the pro-governmental people, and he visited our office 2 years ago because his mother is in house arrest in China, but all his family and Kazakhstan except his mother. We helped them. We write so many letters to worldwide human rights organizations. After then, Chinese officials have to release his mother. Now he became to our team member, but after they arrest me, this team member is very frequently was visited by Kazakhstan national securities and drinking tea together, going to sauna together. After then, this guy is working for our national security, and so Ayman Umarova. And Ayman Umarova, after I released from campus, and I said this guy is not trustable, guys, and he kicked out all the team members. So number 1, number 2 persons who worked for us, he kicked off 2 team members, and it is unfair to registering in Kazakhstan law. It is also unfair registering one organization without another team members agreement. But Ayman said, no, I will help them any kind of person who help us. It is just an excuse. It is just an excuse. Ayman help the.
Yes, I see.
Yeah, and after then Ayman also making that online video conference and how could that consulting the people by law, and the people will pay for her. And she said this payment who the consulting about Kazakhstan law, she will donate this money to the registered pro-governmental ATAJURT.
Really?
And one of the famous journalists in Kazakhstan, Oraz Alimbek, she wrote and he wrote and he said one very interesting information that because this ATAJURT registered Ayman's friend, new friend, and this and Ayman, she want to get Nobel Peace Prize.
Oh.
And this journalist said it and published his opinion that because she already get one of the brave women prize from the Melania Trump, you know.
Oh, from Melania Trump. That's
Yeah.
Oh.
Brave woman. And after then she pretending just because she is the last lawyer of the Saragossa South Bay. And now she just pretending she is very active or opposition, fake opposition. No European people didn't know she is a fake opposition. And she is famous after my case also. But I abandoned her. I give up her because in my last court, I give up her and I write the power of attorney to another lawyer, Mr. Shinguat Bayjan. And it is very complicated now, and the guy who Ayman helped to register the ATAJURT under his name, Erbol Davletbek, write the one criminal charges against us and one administrative charges to all of our team member.
Yes, I see.
And because Ayman's plan is get Nobel Peace Prize. There are only one person will stop her, and everybody automatically think about one person, Mr. Serikjan. So Ayman went to destroy Mr. Serikjan's image or political ambition or political image. So she organized everything, and Mr. Erbol now very tied to Beijing also. A weeks ago, Mr. Erbol made one announcement that directly translate, and he said, we get information there are 20,000 ethnic Kazakhs who crossed the border before the quarantine time began, and the 20,000 Kazakhs now no any food, no economic support, and in Kazakhstan, but they didn't plan to staying at Kazakhstan or get Kazakhstan citizenship. So these 20,000 ethnic Kazakhs who living in Kazakhstan without Kazakhstan's green card or Kazakhstan's passport, we will help them. We will offer them food, offer them home, hospitality, and the medical service. And I asked, Kazakhstan side never published that kind of statistic, 20,000. That kind of statistic only made by Chinese national securities. And second, who will pay for the 20,000? Kazakhstan is very poor and never paid that kind of ethnic Kazakhs. Even they can't pay any kind of payment to the local Kazakh citizens. And in our law, no any things to help that kind of ethnic Kazakhs. So the question is, in that case, we collected more than hundreds of facts that Chinese officials in different places, different counties, different prefectures, they call it that Kazakhs through WeChat and connect them. Now, where are you? What country of Kazakhstan, and do you have any economical problem? If you want to come back to China, we will pay for you. And they paid them 1,000 Chinese yuan through WeChat. You know, in WeChat they have one electronic money, call it the Hongbao.
Yes, Hongbao.
Yeah, so it is big, and we get that kind of factors, more than 100 of them, and they talk to them and that kind of person, because Chinese, they went to that 20,000 Kazakhs go back China.
Okay.
So Mr. Erbol is very similar Chinese with Chinese national securities, and now
Yes.
Mr. Erbol is very tied to Beijing and tied to Ayman. It is very interesting information.
Okay, I see. Yeah. Okay, thank you for explaining to me. Okay, so the lady you were talking about who had some hand cadre coming to her home. So this one, you've been able to talk to her to get a story. The one you were saying, she's called Megadina or?
Dina Nurdubai.
Ah, yes, the one you say, Dina.
Nurdubai.
I'm trying to check. Ah, yes, ATAJURT. Okay, so she's the one who has 3 children.
3 children is Karakat Abdish.
She's what? She's?
Her name is Karakat.
Karakat.
Yeah, and the family name is Abdish, and she has 3 children, and her husband's 2 brothers, and her father-in-law. In one family, 4 men was arrested and sentenced.
4 men arrested and sentenced. But this family, this lady, they had some visits from the Hankat.
Yeah, while her husband was arrested, and the Chinese officials organized the Han cadres living together with them in their family.
Really? And when did it start? You know the date?
Bryce, I'm sorry, I didn't remember everything very clearly. Thousands of people, different information. Could you write your questions to me, and after then I translate to Mr. Karakat, and after then I will translate her answer to you. What do you think about it?
Yes, good. Yes, I think it's good. She can explain exactly. I can send her the question. Okay. Okay, so now she's in Kazakhstan, right? She was
while her husband was arrested in China, she already get Kazakhstan citizenship. Why Chinese officials didn't arrest her or sentence her? Because she already get Kazakhstan citizenship and living in China in that time.
Okay.
And Kazakhstan passport is just saved her.
Yeah, but her husband and the 4 men, they didn't have the Kazakhstan citizenship, right? They were Kazakh, ethnic Kazakh from China.
Yeah, and next one very important things is so many Western researchers or journalists is always ignore that the arresting Kazakhs, there are 2 different factors than the arresting Uyghurs. First factor is,
what are they?
The arresting Uyghurs and the Kazakhs sometimes the same factor, same reason, same excuse, but the Kazakhs reason is 2 different. First, this Mrs. Karakat Abdish's husband and the father-in-law, they are the big businessmen in China. Especially,
they were big business.
Yeah, especially in the Kazakh society, in Xinjiang Kazakh society, they are the famous businessmen.
Famous businessmen.
Yeah, because
so they were very
because
rich.
They are living in tourist place. There are thousands of tourists every day, and they hold one restaurant and hotel.
A restaurant and hotel.
In the very famous tourist place called көлдің аты не еді? Жоқ, аты не еді сол көлдің? Ана қарақаттар тұрған жердегі? Kanas. You know Kanas Lake.
Yes, yes.
Kanas Lake located at Altai. Ili,
yeah.
Ili Kazakh Autonomous Prefecture, Altai District, Buarjin County.
Okay, so they had the big business there, and then they were arrested.
Yeah, and the local Han Chinese Communist Party secretary, one woman, if I remember correct. If it is not correct, we will change it, because Karakat's case is one of the case. So something is maybe I didn't remember clearly. And this woman, she went to occupy their business, and they destroyed the restaurant and destroyed the hotel.
So you mean that was a Chinese woman who went to destroy?
Yeah, Communist Party secretary.
Communist Party, she ordered the destruction.
Yeah.
Ordered the destruction of the restaurant and the business.
Yeah. And that's very simply and very frequently happened in China in that time, also in this time. If one ethnic Kazakh is very big businessman or rich man, Chinese first arrest her and destroy her business. For example, that designer and the painter and the business lady Dina Nurdubai I introduced you, and she's a very famous designer, and she has one fabric making national Kazakh dress, and every month she earn 100,000 Chinese yuan. It is almost 17,000 US dollars, but arrested. After then Chinese destroyed her fabric. In Karakat's case is very similar. And the second reason I have to say that the most Western journalists and researchers ignored that Kazakhs, you know, they are nomads.
Nomads.
Yeah, and every nomad they has more than hundreds of, and sometimes the rich nomads they has thousands of hectares of grasslands, pasture lands.
Of what?
Grasslands. Grassland. Yeah.
The land.
Lands, because you know 1 hectare agricultural land is enough for agricultural nation, but 100 hectare grassland is not enough for one nomadic family.
Yes, they have the rights to go there, right?
Yeah, in the 4 season, you know.
They are not the owner of the land, but they have the rights.
Yeah. And you know, after 1984, the Chinese government making privatization to these grasslands, you know.
Yes, okay.
Privatization.
Really
Privatization. And after then, all the agricultural lands gives to the agricultural nation, and all the mountain grasslands privatized to the nomadic, Kazakh nomadics, and not only Kazakh, Kyrgyz nomadic, and also Mongol nomadic.
Yes, true.
And
nomadic.
Yeah, and after then, you know, Xinjiang, they are, in Xinjiang, there are 2 different places. One place is called, in Chinese language, Nanjiang. It means...
Yeah, the south
South.
Of Xinjiang.
And after then, the Kazakhs living in North Xinjiang, north.
Yes, of course.
And you know, in North Xinjiang is very suitable to living. The rivers, the lakes, and waters, grasslands, and the climate, everything is very suitable to living.
Yes.
And but South Xinjiang, the place who Uyghur people living, it is very not not suitable to living because they are sands just like Sahara sands. The sands call it
the
desert, call it the Taklamakan.
Taklamakan.
Yeah.
Taklamakan, yeah.
And the Chinese, they want to locate or immigrate millions of Han Chinese to Xinjiang. And the Han Chinese, they don't like to living in Taklamakan desert. So they like to locate and these settlements, new settlers.
So they prefer to settle them in the north Xinjiang.
Yeah, North Xinjiang. And the North Xinjiang belongs to Kazakh nomads. And all Kazakh nomads, every family, hundreds of thousands of hectares. And they hold their documents, the ownership documents. And how could the Chinese officials get back these documents from the Kazakhs' hands?
Yes.
So they went to tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of Kazakhs was arrested by Chinese officials and forced them to sign one agreement that they will abandon or give up the grasslands ownership documents.
Yeah, that's why they arrest them in the camps.
Yeah.
The Kazakh to give up. So it happened already. You have the proof that they had to sign when they were in the camps, right? Or the family had to sign.
Yeah, we have hundreds of. We already collected hundreds of video testimony from these grassland owners.
Yes, the grassland owners.
Yeah, that's different. That's different, and every Western people think the Chinese arresting that Turkic speaking people because of their religion, or maybe the Uyghurs they want to get independent from China, and there will happen one question that Kazakhs never attempt to get independent from China because ethnic Kazakhs they think they have one Kazakh country called the Kazakhstan. It is enough to Kazakh people. Kazakhs only has one dream that they want to get Chinese passport and immigrate to Kazakhstan, or somebody if they don't like to immigrate, they want to get passport and just visiting Kazakhstan, watching, seeing their relatives or family members. That's enough to Kazakhs, and no any Kazakhs making any kind of attempt at making some explosion or making some any kind of movement to getting independent from China. That's the reason why Chinese officials are arresting hundreds of thousands of Kazakhs. And so many people think they are arresting Uyghurs because of Islamic religion. You know, Kazakhs is not so Islamic religion. They are not a strong believer.
That's true.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
makes sense.
Yeah. And that's why they are arresting. They also arresting not only Kazakhs, also arrested the Kyrgyzs. And you know, Mongols, they are not Muslims.
Yes, of course, yeah.
But Mongol nomadic person
who are in Altai, right? Some of them in Altai, they also arrest them.
Yeah, in Buratala, my hometown, Buratala.
Ah, yes.
Yeah.
Buratala, yeah, that's okay. They've been arresting some Mongols as well. Okay. So these Kazakh, they really own the grassland, right?
Yeah.
It's not only the right to use for 20 years, 30 years.
No, most
like
of them
right?
50 years, and we collected more than hundreds of. I didn't remember clearly hundreds of facts that while we visiting the one of the district far from Almaty. In 2 days, we collected more than 200 grassland. The fact is that these grasslands given by the Chinese government in 1984, and the most of the grassland ownership documents, the time will exceed 2047 or 2045.
Yeah. Okay. 2047.
Yeah.
Yeah. 2047 or 45.
Yeah. Different
So
places.
All this, Yeah, they have to give up, right? Many of them have to give up this.
Yeah. So Chinese officials, they give the agricultural lands to the agricultural nations, but while I didn't remember the correctly, but after the time finished, there are more people is born, less people is died, so they will privatize this agricultural land again. But the Chinese officials, they didn't, they lost their patience to waiting 2047, and they went to get back these grasslands from the nomadic people, Kazakh, Kyrgyz, Mongols, and they began to arrest mass arrest, hundreds of thousands of
Yes. So have they already started to give this land to the Chinese?
Yeah, all of them.
So they already gave to some Chinese settlers.
Yeah.
So some Chinese who were already in Xinjiang, or some new ones who come from China, right?
Yeah.
Nadi.
Yeah. The Kazakh nomads almost lost all of the grasslands, and also Kyrgyz, also Mongols, also.
Okay, yeah. So that's very interesting. Yeah. I think it's true. I think it's really part of the reason. Okay. So lots of these Kazakhs who gave up their rights, they came to Kazakhstan, right?
Yeah.
Some of them.
Yeah, and some of them was forced and settled to the cities, and the Chinese government gives them, apartments. But this apartments is by Chinese credit. And the one nomadic people never living in small city or middle city, now they was forced to living in city, and before they was forced to living in city, they were living freely, no any loan, no any credit. Now they was forced to make a credit from banks, and sometimes some Kazakhs was forced to make a credit, get credit from banks, and was forced to buy one car.
Yes, and to take loans.
And it is just helping the Chinese government is helping the Chinese banks, and the Kazakhs is just the instrument to making money.
Yes, I see. So this lady, Karakat, they used to have a lot of grassland as well. The restaurant, the business. But she also had some grassland.
No, Karakat, I didn't remember clearly. But if you went to talk with that kind of people who lost their grasslands, I will introduce you hundreds of them.
Yeah, that's interesting too. Yeah. I could talk to some of them, yes, who have lost. Absolutely, yeah. I think it's a good idea to talk about. They can explain how it happened, what the government say.
Okay.
And okay, I understand. No, it's a good angle. It's a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think it makes sense. It makes sense.
Nobody reported about the. I give that information from the end of 2018 and before they arrest me at the March of 2019. I give that information so many journalists, but no one interested. They think the reason the Chinese officials arresting Kazakhs and Uyghurs are same, but I believe that.
Yeah, it's not the same.
Not same, yeah.
Yeah, also I think one of the reasons maybe is that when they arrest the Uyghurs, the Chinese authorities, they are afraid that Kazakh will speak out.
Yeah.
Maybe.
But
in support of them,
Yeah.
So they want to.
Yeah.
Maybe, but you're right. Your reason makes sense. Yeah. Because they start to arrest so many Uyghurs, so they thought, okay, we have to arrest the Kazakh too. So there are still some of the Kazakh, the ethnic Kazakh from China. Some are able to come to Kazakhstan now, or not? No, not recently because of COVID. Everything is stopped, right? No border.
You know, Chinese is pretending democracy, and sometimes they sending some Kazakhs to Kazakhstan, but they are the artists, they are the governmental officials, and they left their family members in China and they visit Kazakhstan without their family members because Chinese kept their family members as a guarantee.
Yes, that's true.
After then, they visited Kazakhstan, just pretending China is very democracy and anybody can get passport and anybody can visit Kazakhstan. But after 1 month or 2 months, they will go back China again. But the real Kazakhs, the nomadic Kazakhs or agricultural Kazakhs, if they went to immigrate with all their family members, they never get permission.
Of course, yeah. So those who lost the land, they are now, a lot of them are in the camps, and sometimes they have to work in the factories, right?
Forced in the factory, without any salary.
Yeah, forced labor, yes. Yeah, there have been quite a few cases like that.
And that lady I introduced to Mrs. Gulzira Awelkhan is the first person in the world who talked about that forced labor, slavery.
Okay, this one is which one?
Gulzira Awelkhan.
Gulzira. Okay, that's another one, right?
Yeah, another one.
Gulzira. That one, she did some forced labor herself.
Yeah. And first, she was arrested by officials. After then, officials put her to re-education campus. After then, her husband and her little daughter at Kazakhstan visited our organizations and require our organization to help them. We published her case to the world. After then, Chinese officials have to release her from campus, but forced her to work in one factory located at Yining City, Ili, Kazakh Autonomous Prefecture. And this factory called Jiafang. Jiafang clothes making factory.
Clothes making factory. And now she's in Kazakhstan, right?
Yeah. After then, their family separated the two countries. Mrs. Gulzira living in China with her 2 daughters, and her husband living in Kazakhstan with 1 little daughters. And now after then, her husband non-stoply visited us, and we published his cases non-stoply. After then, Chinese officials sent Mrs. Gulzira suddenly to the Horgus custom one day and said, please beg your husband stop his activity and stop him to visiting ATAJURT. And ATAJURT is a terrorist organization in Kazakhstan against Chinese government.
Yes, so they sent her to Horgus and she could come.
Yeah.
So when was this? That was in 2018 or 19?
2000 Gulziraның босатылған 19-ның басы ғой, eh? And at January 2019.
Yes, 2019 January. Okay. So she was able to come here.
But Chinese officials also kept her 2 daughters in China. And this Jiafang, Jiafang factory also worked one of her daughter. And while the visiting the Horgus custom, Chinese officials forced her daughter said to talk with her mother under the controlling of Chinese officials. And her daughter said, mother, I love to working at that factory. It is my job. I love my job. If you want to go back Kazakhstan, it is your choice, but I chose to staying at China.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So they forced the 2 daughters and kept in China.
Yeah. and never allows them talk privately. Every talking is just by under the watching of Chinese officials. Even they are staying at border custom.
Yeah, I see. They keep. They keep the daughter. I see. So her, but she still was able to speak out about this factory.
Yeah, Gulzira Khan is very brave lady, and she could talk everything publicly. Very.
Okay. And the other lady you show me, the last one is the one you said she was Mega
Dina Nurdubai. I save her name in my mobile phone. Dina, $17,000 US.
Dina, $17,000 US. Yeah.
Because she's a business lady, and every month she earn $17,000 in 1 month.
Oh.
But her business and her life destroyed by Chinese officials.
Yes, she was Kazakh.
She's a good designer, and
she's the
designer.
Okay, doing the dresses.
Yeah.
And then she was arrested.
Yeah.
But she also has some visit from the Chinese cadre.
Yeah, also she the first, because you first said you interested in the Chinese cadres, and I called.
Yes. Now I'm working.
Yeah,
on the Chinese
I called the Mrs. Dina. Do you have any Chinese cadres while you released from camps? She said yes.
Oh, so she had the cadre after she was released.
Yeah.
Right? Okay, and they used to come in the home. Or...
I introduced all these gentlemen and the ladies just focused on your interest, because I made one announcement that you interested in the Chinese cadres, and this only the Chinese cadres.
Now we're doing a big article on the visits by Chinese cadre when they stay in the home and they check everything and they get information, and they intimidate. So we're doing a big article on this. So that's why it was good to have, like yesterday, Jenis Jalkan. It was a good interview. So but maybe I can do some smaller thing about the Kazakh grasslands. That's also we can add something about this.
If you write about grasslands, you'll be the #1 person in the world who talking about that cases.
Yeah, it would be good to have some direct witness.
Yeah.
Okay, who explain.
I will introduce you, hundreds of them.
Okay. Yeah, well, not 100, just 1 or 2 to get
I meant that we have a very big amount of witnesses.
Yeah, they really have to give up, and they have to leave everything in China. Yeah, that's a big issue. Because we can see they want to assimilate and to take the land. Yeah, take land.
It is just like the Englishmen while they occupied America, they get back land from the native Indians. Yeah, it is very just like the Chinese Communist Party after the 1949, while they occupied the Xinjiang, they get back the land from the landowners.
Yes, the landowners in China everywhere. Yeah.
They killed all the landowners, and it is in Chinese. It is in Chinese. In Chinese language called 2D Geiger.
Yes, 2D Geiger. Yes, the reform, the land reform.
Yeah.
Yeah, they liquidate. They killed many of them in 1949.
It is very similar. It is very similar.
Very
Now,
similar.
now they began to get back the grasslands from the Kazakhs, Kyrgyzs, Mongols, and put these nomadic people to living in small or middle city, and force them make a loan or get credit from banks.
Yes.
And these nomadic people now working the sometimes very hard works in that city because they have to pay back the credits.
Yeah.
And some of
It's the same time in
yeah.
Tibet also. In Tibet.
Yeah.
They used to do that in Tibet.
Yeah, after then, these nomadic persons, young ladies or young gentlemen, they have to immigrate to inner China, working the hard work in China. And in inner China, they could pay $1,000 to the local workers, but they could pay 500 or 1,000 to the Kazakhs or Uyghurs.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, very, very low, yeah. And also very controlled.
Yeah.
We saw they send them with factories with the guards.
Yeah. And the guards will sleep with them together, and
Yeah.
and they will singing before going to work, and singing before to going to eat dinner, and they will singing together to the before sleeping.
Yeah.
Everything is under control, and all even in toilet they set up the watching camera everywhere.
Absolutely. I'm sure.
It is just like Nazi camp. It is better than Nazi camps. You know, in the World War II, there are no any video camera watching, and now it is. And even in Nazi camp or in Japanese fascists, there are no any another men living in another family. Now, it is in the all the humanity habit. Even the selling the slavery, they will sell the men and the women. If the slavery is married together, they will sell them together. But Chinese destroy the family. They arrest the husbands and they put one Han Chinese man to the woman's house.
Yeah, that is very important. Yeah.
How do you imagine one Chinese Han man, a strong man, living with one Kazakh or Uyghur woman together in one house all around the clock?
Yeah.
And the Han Chinese is located, immigrated from inner China. He didn't met with his wife more than 1 year. His wife in inner China, and this Han Chinese is from inner China to Xinjiang, and he didn't met any woman more than 1 year, and now living with an Kazakh or Uyghur woman, living together. And this woman's husband in re-education camps. What do you think? What will happen?
Yeah. So you have cases where there was some sexual harassment as well?
Yeah, we have, but you could, but they don't like to go public. They want they want to give an interview, any kind of journalists secretly.
Secretly, yes.
Yeah.
But you have cases, right?
Yeah,
There
we
was some
have.
harassment from the Chinese cadre.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's very important to explain, yeah. But these Chinese, some of them are cadre, who are kind of official, right? But you say some
Most
of
of
them are
you
from
know, most of
inner
them are.
China.
Most of them from inner China. Most of them are the army. You know, army finished their army duty, but after then the as people who retire the army, but they are young. The duty is 3 years or 5 years. The army time is finished. After then, they being a cadre in army. You know, the Chinese officials paying the armies is very low, not so high. But after they make a progress getting the status of cadres, they will send it to China, they will send it to Xinjiang and the Tibet.
Okay, and then they give them some. They give them some land or something.
Not. They will get a salary from government.
Yeah, they will get a salary to
Yeah.
stay in their house. or
Yeah, but
something.
their wife is still in inner China, and the government will settle them the ethnic minorities house.
Yes, and then they stay there just to control and and they don't work there. They
Yeah,
just
and they
inform
say they have to make pictures, took photography every day, and they have to drink together, alcoholic.
Yeah.
You know, in Chinese, 交杯酒, 交杯酒, it means the arm is crossed the arm. They drink together, crossed the arm.
Or with the lady.
Yeah. Cross the arm is very close. The friends or young married man and woman will drinking the crossed arms. But the Chinese officials frequently ask them shopping together, talking together, studying together, and they forced to drinking together.
Yes, it's like.
And they forced to publish the photos in social media.
Yes.
In Chinese language, it is called the 接亲. 接亲 is making relatives.
Meeting relative, right?
Yeah. 接亲.
Yeah, making relatives. So
Yeah.
there were quite a lot of photos. I've seen some of the photos.
Yeah.
Yeah. Making relatives. Yeah, I have the photo from Janice.
Mhm.
Okay, yeah, that would be. So some of the ladies in Kazakhstan, they can talk privately, like discreetly, not with their real name.
Yeah.
But they had some problem with the
Because
Chinese host.
they shamed
Yeah,
from
shame,
their
yeah.
husbands and their children.
Of course, they cannot say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, in our national habit, it is a big shame, and we are not so like European people, not so open-minded, and they have some religion and habit, national
Yeah,
custom.
but of course, I
Yeah.
mean, this is harassment. So
Yeah.
this is not a free choice for the lady. They are
Yeah.
forced. Okay, but you have met some of them, right?
Yeah.
Quite some of them where there was some harassment of the Chinese host. Yeah, because some of them married as well.
Yeah.
Some daughter or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, thank you. So maybe I will send you some questions for Karakat.
Okay, no problem. You could call
you
me
don't need-
anytime, all around the clock, and send me message
Okay,
all
no
around the
problem.
clock.
Yeah, I send you a few things of a few questions
Mm-hmm.
for her to get a bit of detail, but you don't need to answer all, but just to get some details about Karakat.
Okay, you are welcome. If only you report about our cases, and my wish is all the Western people, they think there are only Uyghur people living in Xinjiang. They think.
No, of course, yeah.
Yeah.
We said there is Kazakhstan as well.
Yeah, so we went to let the world understand the Kazakh people, they are nomads. The population is not so more. In Chinese official statistics, there are only 1,500,000 Kazakhs. 1.5 million Kazakhs.
Yeah,
But
1.5 million, yeah.
but we believe there are more than 3 million Kazakhs living in Xinjiang.
You mean there are more than officially?
Yeah.
Oh, because they hide the kids or things like that?
Yeah. You know, the last time, the 2011, the Chinese government made one statistics, and every county, every prefecture, they published after they finished the demography statistics.
Yes.
And every county, they published the statistics in their local websites. And you know, the Kazakh young people and the activists, they recorded screened all the statistics, the counties, the prefectures which Kazakh people live in Xinjiang. And after then we added it. It is more than 3 million of them. But after the Chinese local government, the central government of Xinjiang, after the last county finished the statistics, you know, they have in Chinese language you call it the 社会主义竞赛, socialism race, making statistics. Yeah, you know, some county is finished their duty very soon, and some county made it very so slowly, not so quick. And before the central government made the last statistics, we add the all Kazakh population number. It is more than 3 million.
Ah, really?
But after the local central government published the statistics, it is only 1.5 million.
Okay. So there's so many. So they want to pretend they are less.
Yeah.
They are fewer. I see.
But you know, the Kazakhs are nomads. You know, nomads, they required to living more and more lands. But you know, the South Xinjiang is always belongs to Kazakhs.
Yes.
Ili Kazakh Autonomous Prefecture, Ili County, Tachin County in Kazakh, Tarbagatay County, Altai County, and all this district. In Altai district, they have 7 county. In Tarbagatay district, also there are 7 county. In Ili district, they have 9 county. Especially in Xinjiang County, in Kazakh language, call it the Kunes County. In the central of the county city, Xinjiang City, there are more than 150,000 Kazakhs.
Yeah, they're big cities. Yeah.
Yeah, big cities, and you know. In also my hometown, Buratala Mongol Autonomous Prefecture, it is before 1955, it belongs to Ili Kazakh Autonomous Prefecture. There are only 2,000 Mongols.
Okay.
But Kazakhs is more and more, hundreds times more than Mongols. But Chinese officials think the Kazakh territory is big and big, so they want to separate the Kazakh people each other.
Yes,
so they made one Mongol Autonomous Prefecture, and after that they made one Changji Hui Autonomous Prefecture.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, it's crazy. They completely changed the reality.
Yeah.
In this area. Okay, thank you, SERIKJAN. Thank you for this information.
You are welcome.
Let's keep in touch. I will send you the questions.
Okay, anytime.
And then let me know when I can talk to someone who lost their land. They can give me the details.
Okay.
We can speak maybe like yesterday on Jitsi Meet. We used video conference. It was good.
Okay.
Okay, have a good day.
Okay, thank you very much.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, Serikjan.
Bye-bye.